The Supreme Court on Tuesday directed the protection of the Shivling, which the Hindu petitioner claimed to have been found inside the Gyanvapi mosque area. And with that, the controversy surrounding the religious shrine in Varanasi has taken center stage and has also put the focus on over the 3-decade-old law, that is the Places of the Worship Act of 1991. Although the BJP and the Sangh Parivar are not directly linked to the litigation that is pending in a civil court in Varanasi over who owns the land where the mosque is standing today and whether it was a temple or not, but it has opened a window for them to initiate a debate on the validity of the 1991 Act and the disputed site. Let us first understand what the Places of Worship Act is. The Places of Worship Act provides for the maintenance of the religious character of any place of worship as it existed on 15th August 1947, and the Supreme Court in its Ayodhya verdict observed that the law is an essential feature of secular values which is part of the basic structure of the Constitution. While delivering its judgment in 2019 on the Ram Janmabhoomi Babri Masjid dispute, the Supreme Court had made some remarks on this law, and I quote, "The law addresses itself to the state as much as to every citizen of the nation. Its norms bind those who govern the affairs of the nation at every level. Those norms implement the fundamental duties under Article 51A and are hence positive mandates to every citizen as well. The state has, by enacting the law, enforced a constitutional commitment and operationalized its constitutional obligations to uphold the equality of all religions and secularism, which is a part of the basic features of the Constitution," I unquote here. It means that when a right is held to be a part of basic structure or an extension of it, it means it is subject to a constitutional court's scrutiny. The controversy surrounding the Gyanvapi mosque in Varanasi has been termed as a spontaneous reaction by the BJP leaders, and they claim it has stemmed from the sentiments of the people. At the same time, the BJP leaders claim that they are monitoring the situation closely and are working on their political strategy. Speaking to ThePrint, leaders from the BJP and its ideological fountainhead Rashtriya Swayamsevak Sangh said that the Gyanvapi issue has opened a window for a discussion on the Act's validity. However, while the BJP is still figuring out its stance, individual BJP leaders are going public with their opinions on the matter. A party leader requesting anonymity told ThePrint that in the case of Ayodhya, the matter was settled through the court, and in the Gyanvapi case, he says we will wait for the court to take a decision on this issue, but we have to see in a larger perspective. If public sentiments unfold vis-a-vis the Places of Worship Act, then the party will have to choose its side then. Another BJP leader termed the presence of a Shivling a turning point which has changed the course of the matter and will also pave the way for a wider discussion on doing away with the Places of Worship Act. There has also been a change in the tone and tenor of Sangh Parivar organizations who now appear to be in favor of a relook of the Act. The push for modifying or scrapping the Act is not only coming from the Sangh Parivar, but some voices from within the BJP are also expressing it openly, which they claim that will allow Hindus to claim their right on Kashi and Mathura more legally. BJP's Rajya Sabha MP Harnath Yadav told ThePrint, and I quote, "I have raised the issue of scrapping a Worship Act in the Parliament. It is against the fundamentals of the Constitution as it prohibits judicial review. It is a well-established fact that it was a temple and puja was happening there for a long time. This law discriminates between Bhagwan Ram and Krishna, whereas both are avatar of Vishnu." He says this law discriminates against Hindus, Buddhists, Jain and Sikh. In the case of Gyanvapi and Krishna Janmabhoomi, Yadav had raised this issue in the winter session of the Parliament in December before the Uttar Pradesh Assembly polls. From MP Harnath Yadav to Mullidhar Rao, Chhattisgarh's former PWD Minister Brij Mohan Agarwal, Siddharth Nath Singh, who is a former UP Minister, all are echoing the same sentiments of change is inevitable in the Worship Act and are also pushing for excluding Kashi Mathura from the Act. On Monday, soon after lawyers claimed Shivling was found at the Gyanvapi mosque, Deputy Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh Keshav Prasad Maurya took to Twitter and said, "No matter how much you hide the truth, one day will come to the fore because Satya hi Shiv hai, Baba ki jai, Har Har Mahadev."
अवसर माननीय न्यायालय के आदेश के बाद जो कोर्ट कमिश्नर के माध्यम से सर्वे हुआ, उस सर्वे के बाद जो शिवलिंग मिले उसके बाद वह सब स्पष्टता हो गई है। मैं बहुत न्यायालय के फैसले का स्वागत करता हूँ। इस समाचार की खुशी को मैं शब्दों में व्यक्त नहीं कर सकता।
On the other hand, the opposition, including AIMIM and PDP, are already up in arms against the BJP. While Owaisi claimed it was a fountain that was found in Gyanvapi mosque premises and not a Shivling, Mehbooba Mufti has termed the controversy an attempt by the BJP to distract from real issues. In 2019, soon after the Ayodhya judgment, RSS chief Mohan Bhagwat had said that they would not be involved in any call for temples in place of mosques at Varanasi and Mathura. His statement was significant in the backdrop of slogans that were raised by right-wing activists after the Babri mosque demolition in 1992. One of the slogans that was raised was, Ayodhya to bas jhanki hai, Kashi Mathura baki hai. Varanasi's Vishwanath temple shares a boundary wall with the Gyanvapi mosque. However, the response of the public to the Gyanvapi issue seems to be causing a shift in the Sangh Parivar strategy too. The RSS has also officially spoken on the matter with the Sangh's publicity in charge Sunil Ambekar on Wednesday, stating that facts should come out and truth should find its way out. The Vishwa Hindu Parishad, on the other hand, had also claimed that it was fully concentrated on the construction of Ram temple in Ayodhya and would consider Kashi Mathura issue only after the completion of the Ram temple. However, in what it terms as changed circumstances, VHP's working president Alok Kumar also told ThePrint that after the unearthing of the Shivling, country would now move in the direction of its natural course. Speaking with ThePrint, he said that the findings proved that there has been Shivling in the mosque even before 1947 and that they would wait for the court verdict till construction of Ram temple, but now under the changed circumstances, they will place this matter before the Seer community at the Kendriya Marg Darshak Mandal scheduled in Haridwar in June this year. Alok Kumar also argued that there are similarities between the Ayodhya and the Gyanvapi case. The entire issue has also put the spotlight on the Places of Worship Act. Under this 1991 Act, which was enforced at a time when the Babri Masjid controversy was at its peak. With the Gyanvapi issue, the voices from the public as well as the BJP and the Sangh Parivar are rising to either modify or do away with the law. Incidentally, 3 petitions challenging the validity of this act are already pending in the Supreme Court, awaiting the Modi government's response. It will be interesting to see what stand the Modi government will take.